Hi, I'm Dana Obelman. Welcome to this week's video blog. Today I want to talk about something I call the curse of the short nap. And if you've got a baby who doesn't nap longer than 20 to 40 minutes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, first of all, let's have a look at why that's happening. If you've got a baby who's falling asleep with a prop, and by that I mean not on their own, not independently. So if you rock a baby to sleep, for example, and she falls asleep in your arms and you give it a minute or two and you wait till she's deeply asleep and you put her in the crib, the chances are high that she's going to wake 20 to 40 minutes later crying, wondering, hey, why am I not still in your arms? Where am I? What's going on? Please come back and help me get to sleep again. And when you think about it from an adult's perspective, if you fell asleep on the couch, for example, and then woke up in your bed half an hour later, you would be alarmed, right? How did you get there? What's happened? Where are you? And that's a similar feeling that a baby goes through when they fall asleep one place and wake up somewhere new. So if that is the cycle that you're in with your baby, the bad news is that's where you're going to stay. Very rarely will a baby sleep much longer than that. And that is essentially one sleep cycle. So the baby cycles through one time, which lasts roughly 30 to 40 minutes, wakes up. It should just be a little brief awakening and she should go right back into another cycle. But if she's fallen asleep with a prop and that prop is no longer there, she most likely will wake fully, alarmed, want you to come back and help. And the trickiest part is, most frustrating part, is that it's really hard to get a baby back to sleep that's already slept for half an hour. The fatigue is not the same, they've had a cat nap, they might feel rejuvenated. So most of my clients tell me once she's awake, it's impossible to get her back down again. And that is why it's the curse of the short nap. And why it's so frustrating is because it's not enough sleep. And you'll notice that your baby is cranky and fussy very shortly after you get her up, which, you know, makes parents want to pull their hair out because she won't sleep long enough. Now, the good news is that you can teach a baby to sleep longer, but you have to take away their sleep props. So if you're working on the Sleep Sense program, you might find that in the first week, even into the second week, you're still kind of struggling with those short naps. And that is simply because your baby hasn't quite mastered the skills yet to get herself into another sleep cycle. Therefore, she's waking at her usual body-clocked 40-minute nap and having a harder time getting into the next cycle. But the good news is that that will improve on its own with time. So the more practice she has getting herself to sleep initially is going to pay off in the long run with that little awakening at the 40-minute mark, because she'll go right into another cycle. And you should find that your baby starts fairly regularly taking an hour and a half, maybe even a 2-hour nap. And that, for lots of you watching, sounds like a dream come true. You can actually get some things done. Wouldn't that be nice? And that's what will happen. But it takes practice and it also takes skills on the part of the baby. So that's where you need to start if you're stuck in those short naps. All right, thanks for watching. Sleep well.